to tell my wife when we just got together that I know how I'm gonna die. Um, People are gonna kill me.
Thanks, man, for having me here. It's been like a long time coming.
Yeah.
I know we've been trying to do something for a little bit, but thanks for jumping on the Liming in London series. You're one of the first people on this. We got a few more coming, and we're gonna stay tuned on that. But we're here with Vaughn from Ox and Bow, and he's also a cinematographer, man of many talents.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah, and the first thing I guess I wanted to ask about you is like your thoughts on liming. You're from, especially a man from Trinidad.
Yeah.
Like what is liming to you?
Well, honestly, at first when you told me, I wasn't sure if you actually meant like Trini Lyman, because I know we had this conversation, and so I just wanted to make sure that your head was in the same place mine was at, because for me as a Trini, once you hear Lyman, you think one thing, I shouldn't even say just Trini, as a anybody from more like the Southern Caribbean, like Barbados, Saint Lucia's, like Central Caribbean to South. That's how we describe hanging out, like Lyman. So that's what came to my mind. I just wanted to make sure we was on the same page. So Lyman is the best form to put doing nothing that helps, but it also helps with your mental health. If this is the best thing I can do. So it's not partying. So like, for instance, if you have friends coming over and you say, yeah, we're just gonna lime. So your friends ask you, what are we gonna do? We're gonna party? No, we're just gonna lime. It literally means probably like what we're doing right here. Not necessarily on video, but you're just hanging out, enjoying each other's presence, where you don't really need to talk about anything necessary. You could have debates about different things, but it's light, So that's liming. I mean, there's a historical, there's history behind the word, but that's what the word is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I definitely like hung out with like people in like the same type of way. Like my background as a like Jamaican Canadian, like we do very like similar things, but we wouldn't call it like liming.
All this time I thought he was Egyptian.
Yeah. People always think I'm like different backgrounds, like especially being like mixed in with like this color and being named Omar.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like international. Like people have said Egyptian. Some people have like said like Brazil. Some people even gone as far to say like Dominican.
But the name Omar, I don't know. I just always thought he was Egyptian, bro.
Real?
Yeah, I didn't know he was light skinned. But okay,
yeah.
Makes sense now. Makes sense.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, makes sense now. But yeah, bro. So how did you come up with like Lyman? Like, where did you get the inspiration from?
First, get the inspiration for the project, or just for like or just in general?
For the whole brand, for the project.
Yeah. So honestly, the first time I got like this inspiration is when I finished my master's, and like as soon as I finished it, I did this whole project on basically mapping the Caribbean community in London.
Yeah.
And so I think I told you a little bit about it, but like I was looking to essentially create this digital resource, this ongoing resource for Caribbean people and for people to understand about the communities and overall just connect people with each other in the city that might not know each other.
Right.
And so you might have somebody from like a dance studio in like East London, and then you might have people that like run barbershops like you, and they're all throughout the city, and there's so many like little things going on, but it's I felt like this sense of like fragmentation.
Yeah.
And so after I did this project, I did like a whole bunch of video interviews, and then I put it all together on this webpage. And after that, I was like, okay, like I'm done, but like, am I done though? Like, and so I was like thinking in my head, how could I do something that's community focused in the city of London that like highlights not just like Caribbean people, but other people that are doing just like cool things that people might not know about. And then I started like thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, like a cool way to do this would be through organic like conversations.
Yeah, definitely.
Just going around, talking with people in their spaces, talking about like stuff like at the moment like that's going on in their head without like a specific agenda. Not trying to like show like something that's like a super formal interview, and just like showing like the good vibes and energy of specifically like small businesses and creatives.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's just not a lot of light that's like shed upon people like that.
So your master's was in what?
My master's was in like media studies.
Media studies.
And so it was research driven, and I kind of like got back into it because when I graduated, I got like my first like full time big boy job. I'm sitting there like at my office doing my work and all that, and after like a few months that goes by, I'm like sitting there, I'm like something was just like bugging me. It just kept bugging me, and I kept thinking about it at night, like in the morning, and I was like. If I like don't do it now, I'm gonna regret it later on, and so like that, it kind of just pushed me to do my master's, and like it wasn't as so much as it was like this is gonna boost my career, as more so like I have like this passion idea that I just want to like get out there, and it's just gonna be better in the long run, and like it has definitely translated into career stuff, specifically like networking. You're doing presentations, you're going to conferences. Like XYZ, and so like in the long run it's really helped me.
Yeah And that makes sense too, because like I feel like the way jobs set up is make or break, I feel like for some people, like sometimes people show me like their jobs and like how they count down their hours and how they add up the hours, and to me it's scary. And to me it's always what helped push me to do what I really want to do. And it's not about working for somebody else, 'cause I don't mind working for somebody else. It's the idea of having to plan a vacation for next year from this year and wait your whole year for the week, and count your sick days. Granted, now that I do get sick days. If I get a sick day, it means that you don't get a payday.
True.
But so that's the downside. But to me, it was way more scarier to be like, to know exactly what I'm gonna do and exactly how much I'm gonna make next year. There's something intriguing about this struggle. There's something intriguing that make you be creative of how we gonna make this happen. Yeah, it was good this month. Is next month gonna be as good? And just that grind, bro. Just that grind is different. So I'm glad that you figured it out early. I have a lot of guys that come into the barbershop all the time, and you ask them what they want to be, and they say, well, what they ended like accounting, business, and then when you talk to them, you ask them why. They say because it's a good pay. You make money. Them not knowing that they could be very unhappy.
Yeah, guys in the shop. Yeah. I've heard so many stories, especially like in the shop. Like you're getting guys anywhere from like, you get your 17-year-olds to like people that are like new grads, and then you got people that are like already like in their careers in their 40s, retired, and so like the perspectives, like you hear like there's this one kid I knew. He's like, I think he's 20 now, and like I think I met him when he was like 16, 17. And like the drive is like crazy. Like they're talking about, yo man, like I need a part-time job, blah blah blah. Like I'm gonna go apply to No Frills. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, bro, that's cool. Like, are you gonna apply anywhere else? He's like, no, just like No Frills. And I see him again later in the summer. I'm like, yo, bro, have you applied to No Frills yet? He's like, nah, but I'm going to. See him again, and he's like, oh man, it's too late.
Yeah.
And I'm like. It's just like with the mentality that like a teenager has versus.
Bro, it's like, different, bro. I think, bro, social media really screwed up people's perspective of what life is, and this is why no hate on nobody, no shine on nobody, but this is why I felt like my generation is one of the best generations in terms of that, because we didn't have social media. Then when we got social media, it was not a barrier. Like we understood life outside of social media enough for us to know that this is not real. There's something I say all the time. I say every time you feel bad about your life, right? Look at every time you look at someone else's life and think that they're doing better than you, look at your social media and see how good you look on social media too. Everyone posts the good things, you know. Like,
Not
but
the
if you
bad.
could be with these people and see what they have to do or what they do to reach these places or what they're going through, you wouldn't trade your life for the world, you know. And the issue with social media now is that we have so much social media millionaires that a lot of kids believe in that they could become a millionaire tomorrow with the idea that they have today, which it does happen. I'm not saying that it can never happen. I'm just saying that the grind for that to happen is crazy, you know, and most of us, I should say, wouldn't go through that kind of grind, bro. It's a different kind of grind, and so that's, I don't know. I just think that social media really screwed up. The good thing with being my age, and as they call me now, a unk. The good thing with being an unk is that we were there without social media. We had to make friends in person. You know, we had to play video games in person. We had to touch people. You had to, when I just opened the barbershop, we had to go talk to people to invite them. Now these kids are telling me that if someone comes to them and talk in the clubs, they will be like, they're not going, you know? This is how we did it when I was...
That's crazy.
When I was in college. I was just the other day, bro, you know? So is that difference that we do have where we realize that this thing is a tool that was made for people to make more money. Like the whole internet and stuff was for e-commerce, right? For like, so for exchange, to exchange things quicker. But these social media and stuff, if you see it as a place to get your life, your expert advice from, your life advice from, and all the entertainment, it will crush you. But if you see it as a tool, then you understand that this is not real.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think that's just the difference. But this, the grind is. I feel if any generation we go to, you will find kids who don't want to grind. This is probably the worst, no lie. But yeah, like everyone wants to be a barber now. Like I was a barber when being a barber wasn't cool. You know, being a barber was always cool, but when it wasn't mainstream, you know, I was a barber before the taper fade barbers is what I call them. You know, all they could do is tapers.
That's it.
You know, that's all they could do is tapers. You know, like we was grinding since then. My first job for me to learn to barber, I was there from 9 till 9, bro. I used to go an hour to fix the shop and an hour after to clean, right? But most people these days not doing it like that, you know. Like we was there before online booking, you know. We was there when a barbershop visit would take 5 hours for some people. Students would come and sit with their laptops and do their projects and stuff, waiting for their chance, right? But now it is a place where everything quick. But if you didn't have the initial grind, now this quick will just consume you because now you're gonna fall short of where you could be.
Exactly.
You know, so that's the issue with it. But I don't know, the kids today are still kids. You know, they're fun to be around. You know,
they're fun, and you know they always have that youthful energy. And you know, like, man, like I've seen so many like Instagram, TikTok accounts for like new barbers just like pop up all the time, and they're like, yo, like come by, and then like they try to do all these like these crazy like TikTok videos trying to get people in, you know, and it's just like it feels like sometimes as cool as it is, it's like a step is like skipped.
Yeah, because you're doing it to get famous, bro. Like this is the issue why I had to put the podcast on pause the first time, because everyone was like, yo, we should do an episode where we could get a couple girls to come in and the girls would come and they would give us like a spliff and I'm like, bro, one, I don't smoke
on the podcast,
right? One, I don't smoke. Two, I'm married, bro. I'm not going through all that, bro. You know. 3, this is not my belief. I don't want to objectify no woman or promote alcohol and them kind of stuff. Like for me, honestly, bro, I drink. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to promote it in somebody's face like, yo, you should go and buy this right now and that kind of stuff. It wouldn't be me. But everyone saw it as an opportunity to do something crazy to become famous. But my goal was helping people who going through certain things in their life. That was always my goal. You know, like the people who hurting in life, that they need help
Yeah.
You know, they need another financial help. You could get them money when the money will be gone. They need help to figure it out, you know, and that was my goal. You know? So if your goal is to get famous, then kudos to you, bro. They could do it. They could post the TikToks and do crazy stuff like run into a store and steal some stuff and run out. You know?
Sure.
Or walk through a mall and tell people that they're not good looking and get famous. You know, you could do what you want. I'm not shining on you, but is what you're doing gonna leave the proper footprint that you really want to leave? You know?
Yeah, because that's permanent, right?
Yeah.
So like, especially like, who knows what you're trying to do 20 years down the line?
Exactly, bro.
Maybe
your great grandkids gonna see this.
Yeah, they'll be like, whoa, like this is what Pops was doing back in the day.
Exactly. You see, you don't really want that, you know? And yeah. So how long was media studies? How long was that program?
Yeah, it was about 1 year. You know, like I wanted to do like a 1 year master's because I just wanted to.
Oh yeah, it was the master's, so
yeah. So I just wanted to do it and get it over with, and
was it more theory than anything?
It was very. I don't even know how to describe it. There was a lot of theory and a lot of like reading, and like the way the 1 year is like kind of constructed is you have this project. So like I only did like I think 6 courses, right? So I did 3 courses in the fall and 3 courses in the winter. But then that entire time I'm working on this project from like doing the proposal and like finding supervisors in the fall, and then in the winter like I'm trying to like write and like build like this like rough draft almost. And then like in the summer I was just grinding on it, like making sure like my ethics got approved, finding participants, like building like surveys, and then like putting this like final product together.
Yeah.
And so like it was an experience, you know. And I always wanted to just do the 1 year, and I wasn't even planning to really do school here in London. Like initially I was applying to everywhere but London. So like I applied to London, UK, like in where was it? Westminster. I applied to like Scotland and Edinburgh. I applied to like I think TMU, and then like another school. And then I was just in a coffee shop one day, like telling like the barista, like, yeah, I'm applying to here, and here. And then this like person beside me is just like, oh, like why not do like media studies at Western? And I'm like, that's a program? I'm like, it's like, yeah, check it out. And then like literally pulled out the website.
Let me see it. So what were you applying for?
So I was actually applying for more stuff in like film and media production.
Right.
Yeah, and then something like when I saw like I always had an idea like I wanted to do like some research creation type stuff, but along the lines of like media production.
Yeah.
And so I read this program and it gave me like the freedom to like really do that. And so outside of just doing a traditional like research paper.
Yeah.
Because a lot of like the gripes that I have, and it's like nothing against like the academic community, but like a lot of times, you know, you create these research articles, these like big journals talking about these things, and then like sometimes that's just it. Like the public sphere that's outside of academia may not even access these things.
Yeah.
Like if I was going to tell you about like Stuart Hall or like Frantz Fanon and about like some crazy theory, like you'd be like what, like pull out this book and read it. Like that's not gonna happen for most people. I want to like create something that would like be accessible to people.
I can feel it. Wait, so how old are you?
27.
27?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should go to Toronto Film School.
Yeah.
I think you would love it.
Yeah.
I think you would love it. That's where I went, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's where I went, but I think you would love it because you'll meet a bunch of like-minded people that like no offense to Fanshawe, bro, but I have people that went to Fanshawe too, and it's not the same. But Toronto Film School, bro, it's like it's really, really good.
It's different now.
Yeah, like the cameras that they expose you to, and the just the fact that a lot of the teachers are in the industry currently, living in Toronto, shooting films currently. You know, you could get exposed to a lot of stuff. I know a lot of the kids that went there as actors even. Yeah, I don't want a girl that did like set dressing.
Okay.
You know, and she's doing big commercials now and stuff. It's really good, bro. If you like film, like if you wanna be in like film, if you wanna do media, then it's different. But if you wanna do like film,
Yeah.
go to Toronto Film School. Bro, you could live off a pack soup for the next 4 years and still become a millionaire by 40. Do you understand this?
This is
you
true.
could you could live off a pack soup for the next 10 years, bro, and still become a millionaire by 40.
Live off of Paksu.
You know, so sorry, Mr. Noodles. That's what you guys call it here, Mr. Noodles, Mr. Noodles. So you can live off of Mr. Noodles. You know, so at the end of the day, bro, if you ask me, I would tell you, bro, go to film school, like a proper film school, because media is different, bro. Media, you don't meet the people that you meet in film school.
You meet like a lot of like journalists,
bro,
or, like, media personalities.
But in film school, you're gonna meet people who they waking up tomorrow morning to shoot a film that they just want to film. You know, you'll meet those those like-minded, young, hungry people that just want to make films. They don't care about nothing else.
Just got that hunger.
Yeah, you know, so it's actually one of the best experiences I had too. For you, bro, with the hunger you have, you'll be surprised how far you can really go. You can even come back and do your own thing, but by that time, you're so invested in film that you know exactly what you want to do.
I get you.
You know, and then you're young, and you have no kids. Now is the time, bro.
Yeah, and you know, like I see that drive, like especially some people in like Toronto, when you see like a bunch of people are like minded.
Yeah,
it's harder to find that like that in a city like London, you know.
Yeah,
you go around.
It's hard. And the film community. That's how the film. If you go to school with them, you guys grow together, right? Like the film community is a lot like that. School is that most people go to school just to go to school. But at your age, you know what you want. You want to do documentary, you want to do film, right? You want to do something with cameras, right? So now you could go to film. So when I went to film school, I was so direct. You know, I was so focused. I wasn't partying. You know, I wasn't trying to get girls. Yeah.
I guess.
So are you from London?
I'm born and raised in London, you know. I'm like my parents, you know, they moved here. Neither of them are from London.
Oh.
You know, like my mom's from Scarborough, and then like went to a small town, and then like had like my older brother, and then eventually like met my dad, and then like moved here.
Yeah.
And I was born in '98, and so my dad is from Jamaica. He was eventually my uncles, aunts, like they all came down here starting in '89.
Right.
Because like my grandfather like moved here. And then he worked, and then, you know, obviously got the money to get them down here.
Yeah.
And so eventually he came to like Woodstock, just north of London, and then came down to like I think London when I was like a baby.
Please tell me they bought houses back then. Please tell me they bought houses.
Yeah, I wish.
They didn't?
No.
Oh my God, bro.
So,
yeah.
But no, yeah, I'm born in London, you know. It was the only city I really knew for the longest time, right? You're not, as a child, like you don't get that exposure to like live in many places if you stay in one neighborhood. And so I think I finally moved out and like went to another city for the first time when I did undergrad. So like I went to Waterloo, and I did 5 years there. And so like,
what you studied there?
I studied like communications, and I did sport management. You know, like your classic, like almost like athlete type program that you see a lot of guys in. But then I kind of started in sport management, and then I did a double major with communication studies because like a bunch of like theories and like research that I was like starting to see like really like interested me, and just not even just the research, just like the way that I perceive the world after like, especially around COVID, it kind of just like hit different. And so like I say around COVID kind of changed my mindset on like a whole bunch of things. And, you know, like I didn't just see like the world as like black and white. I saw like there's like so many perspectives and so many like things that could happen. And I just kept going on this like this rabbit hole, like going deeper and deeper. And I was like, damn, like the world is actually like a crazy place. And like, especially like you read books like 1984, where like they kind of like these like ideas of propaganda, thought crime, you know, and then like you relate them to like current states right now, if you like look in like the United States where they're outlawing certain words, like if you like say things like decolonization or something related to like black people, people of color, or like the LGBT community, like a lot of those things are like being really contested and being outlawed and being like removed and erased. And so like it's kind of like a big thing that I've been thinking about the last 5 years, and it's kind of put me on this path. And that's kind of almost like how I got into like film and media.
Yeah.
And so it's been a roller coaster of just ideas and like meeting new people and perspectives. And eventually when I started working, I started traveling. And then like you really start like seeing like new perspectives because you're going to other countries,
Right.
and you're meeting people from other countries and like how they do things on the daily. And like I remember like meeting, like you'll meet black people in like Portugal, and in my head I'm like, there's black people in Portugal. Like I never thought about this. And then you start having conversations about them, and they're kind of having almost the exact same conversations you're having back home.
Yeah.
Like about like their histories, colonization like that happened there, and kind of like political tensions that might be happening.
I mean, I guess that if you find a black person in Portugal and you say black people in Portugal, they probably ask black people in Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so both of you guys are like unicorns.
We're all supposed to sit down looking at each other like,
You exist.
yeah. They're like igloos, and I'm like, I don't know, like sardines. Like I don't like it's crazy. But yeah, like traveling it's a crazy thing. You know, I'm happy I started doing it.
Yeah.
I kind of like almost have that itch now. You know.
No, definitely, bro. And it's something I like. I think everybody in their life, if they have the opportunity, should become an immigrant for a little while, and not just travel, but like move to a place for 3 months, you know, where you don't know nobody, and see how you reset the way you think. Everything that you thought was an issue, you realize is not an issue anymore, you know, and that's that's me being an immigrant is it affect the way I saw life, even the way I treat my kids as a dad, because I'm like the things that some people are going through, your issues. And I say not your issues don't matter or your issues aren't valid, but you don't need to think about it that deep. It's not that deep, bro. You know, that's he's saying. I think as he's saying, that the young people saying these days, you know, it's not that deep, you know, because you start to realize that all these things will pass, bro. You know, it will pass. The pain that you're feeling gonna pass. Even your happy time is gonna pass. You know, and if a happy time could pass, a sad time could pass. You know, it's not, especially if you're going through depression. If you're really battling with depression, other than going and reading the Bible as I'll tell anybody or pray, travel. You know, be an immigrant. You know, if your life already stressing you out, you know, become an immigrant. Go and move to a different place and stay for 2 months and see how quick your depression go. See how quick you had to adapt to certain things because you realize that, sometimes it's not who you are, sometimes it's where you are that could depress you. You know, sometimes it's the sins of your past that could depress you because every morning you're waking up and you're seeing the same things and you remember who you was. You know, you can't become a new person because all you could see is who you were.
Stuck in that mind, that
exactly.
mindset. You can't change it.
Bro, and that's the thing, right? When like nobody want to move away from what they know.
No, that's facts. And like, you know, even I've like debated it sometimes, and I know some friends like around my age. A lot of people have like done it for various reasons. You know, some people have like done it just to like get their masters and, you know, explore for a year or two. And like some people have like made it a way of life. Like I know people that I went to like undergrad with that like don't even like really, I don't even know if they live in a set country. You know, like I just see them in other countries every 3 months. They kind of just like basically backpack, you know, they just live life out there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a journey that they're on and there's a set like purpose. Yeah. But like,
I mean, that one is like, I know people like that too. Them, I can do it. Yeah. But people could, you know, and they do it, you know, and it's yeah.
It's good for them, but
yeah, it's life. So, for you, what do you think is next for you?
What's next for me? That's a good question, and you know, because right now I'm in like a part where I just like graduated and I'm still trying to like put everything together now. Because like for like 4 months, I was just like, whew. And then I was just like graduated. I was like, damn. I was like, okay, like what do I do now? Like I didn't have the time to like apply for jobs. Didn't have the time to like really like think too deeply outside of that. And you know, like now I've been like freelancing a lot. So I've been like freelancing probably the last like year and a bit. And so like that's been like my main like source of income outside of like being like a TA and all that. And so like now I'm in that like realm where I'm like debating, do I want to be like full-time freelance or do I really want to go back into the working world? And like freelance can like kind of bring me anywhere, and like as long as like I get like clients and like have like consistent like jobs, then I can go to like any city I want to. It might be harder to go to bigger cities because it's more competition, but like I've applied a little bit to like some jobs, like some like marketing comms, like even like a little bit.
I mean, but that's good, and it goes back to what I was telling you about the film school, bro, because you'll be in the community without trying.
Exactly.
You know, but well, once you go to school, you'll be introduced to this community. You know, yeah, bro, you should do it.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into it at least. I've looked into a couple of them, and then I didn't look in too much of the ones at Fanshawe.
No.
But
dude, Toronto Film School. I think there's Vancouver Film School.
I saw the Vancouver one.
There's one in Montreal maybe, but Toronto is bro. You want to go a place where they shoot a lot of movies, though, right?
Exactly, yeah, because like you want to be like right in there.
Yeah, and you get like a bunch of PA jobs and stuff, bro. So the Torontos, the Vancouvers, the New Yorks, the LAs, that's the ones that like I know a girl who went to LA and she's doing like a bunch of stuff now, bro, with like scissor. They did stuff with scissor and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. But I want to be way more expensive, right?
Yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah, the Toronto one, you will get OSAP.
Ooh.
Right?
OSAP knows me well.
Yeah, so Toronto one, you're going to get OSAP. And then, yeah, it's a really good program, bro. A really, really good program. Once you apply yourself.
Word.
And the people you meet are awesome.
Yeah. How'd you get into it?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I used to do, I was doing stand-up.
Really?
You know? Yes, I was doing stand-up comedy. And then my wife got pregnant, was my girlfriend at the time. We met in June, and she was pregnant in September-ish. September, October. She was pregnant, and we got married in December. So we met in June, married in December.
It's a quick timeline.
Yeah, bro, and it's been the longest relationship I was ever in.
Say word.
It's gonna be 8 years this year. But
awesome.
So we got married in December, and I was still doing stand up. But when my baby came, it was different, because for me to do stand up, I would wake up at like four, right, to write, and then go to the barbershop, work, and then go do stand up at night. But with the baby here, it's hard because now she has to do everything. I had to be a husband and a dad, and I wanted to be a husband and a dad, I should say. And I think I had the wrong mindset of stand up at the time, is that I wanted to do new content every week, which was dumb.
Oh.
Right? That doesn't make sense. So either way, I had to put a pause on it. But I still wanted to do it. I still love stand-up till this day. So then I saw Judd Apatow. You know Judd Apatow? I saw his stand-up. He had a stand-up. And he spoke about how he did it backwards. So most stand-ups, they do stand-up and then they do movies. He did movies and then he did stand-up.
Oh.
Yeah, because he was shy to go on stage. You know, he was, and that's what really sparked. I was like, yeah, so that's what I could do. I like writing. I loved writing. So I wrote this one script. It was 800 words. I was like, yo, I'm done. This is a movie. It was far from done. I had to go back. I read a bunch of books and then I made it from 800 words, because I didn't know where I could get the inspiration to make all these conversations. I read these books, went back, and I made it 100 and something pages, so I still had to cut down some pages. You know, and it was a comedy, and I wrote it out of my heart. I still have it, the paper script till this day. Yeah, so then I wrote other little scripts, and then I decided to, one night I was home, I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna do it. I signed up for Toronto Film School. I paid $100, and they saw the scripts that I did have, and they were like, yeah, it was the easiest. I was in, and yeah. So then I shot a movie before I went into film school because I wanted to shoot something before to see how it changed, you know. So then I shot the movie before. We did it was a small little comedy of it was called DQAA. It was Drama Queens Anonymous. So like, you know, you have Alcoholics Anonymous. So it was this class for people who love drama, who want to get who trying to get over the obsession or the, you know. So it was a class for those people, and it was a bunch of them, and they had these conversations that was crazy, and I don't know, I liked it. It was fun to do, and I raised the funds and everything. Yeah, and then that's when I went into film school. So yeah, that's how I got into film school, through comedy. And before comedy, I was doing barbering, and like I would always shoot. I would always not shoot. I would always write poems. You know, and then one day this girl wanted to go to open like a poetry slam, and we went. And while I was sitting there waiting for food, I heard my name called. And I never been on stage or talked to people before. I was so shy. I was like, yeah, why would you do this? I go up there and my head was down, and I read some of the poems. I wrote poems about my dad and stuff. And when I look up, bro, everybody was crying. Everybody is in tears, you know? And then that's when I really decided to pursue it. Even deeper than that, and maybe I should have gathered my thoughts and have a nice flow with the story. But even deeper than that, my first experience in dealing with people was, I used to work for my mom doing promotions. We used to do like different types of promotions, sunblock and stuff. I used to always talk to people. And then I used to feel for them. Like sometimes you could talk to somebody and they could feel what they're going through without they even knowing. And then I did a job where I was a waiter. It was a wedding. And while I was waiting, I realized how food could change people's emotions. So then I was doing food. Then I started barbering, and I realized how, okay, now I could talk to people directly if they sit in my chair, you know? And then with stand-up, it was more like, okay, now I could talk to an audience. So my whole life was like connected in that way. It was like, yeah, I always wanted to reach a people that needed help, where even any things that I need help with, you know, so I could sit and talk to somebody about anything, that I could talk about literally anything. And it's because I actually care about what people are going through, and hopefully that people could be happier. Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's how I ended up in every single field that I am in. So if I could never be in a field where I don't talk to people.
I was gonna say, because you know I've always mentioned, like, even like I think last week, this guy I've been doing stuff with, he's been helping me out, like specifically on this. And I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna do something with like Vaughn like next week. This guy named Raphael. He's like, oh yeah, like I've met him like at this point, or like this, that, and that, or like mentioned it like to somebody else. Like I'll be like, oh, like y'all know like Oxenbow, like barbershop. Like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, damn, like this guy's out there. Like, like yeah. Yeah.
You know,
but it's like, it's almost like not like out there, but like,
no, I know what
like
you mean.
you got like a good brand.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I try, as I say. I try. You know, my goal is to leave a certain thing. You know? Like, that's my dream, bro. I want to help people. You know, I used to tell my wife when we just got together that I know how I'm gonna die. People are gonna kill me. She never understood what I meant, and I'm like, what it means is that my heart for people is so big that I know that it's how I'm gonna die. And I don't mean that I'm gonna be physically murdered.
No,
you know?
I get it.
I mean that I'm gonna die doing what I'm doing. Yeah, I was trying to convince myself the other day. I'm telling my boy, I'm like, bro, you know, if I go get a job with all the things that I know, all the experience I have, if I go get a job, I could be making like over 200,000, you know? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm just gonna go get a job. I'm gonna finish school and actually get solid in paper. Then I'm gonna go get a job, and then I'm gonna have a nice house, a nice car. I'll be able to plan my vacation. You know, I know exactly how much money I'm gonna make, so I could budget better. And while I'm talking about it, I'm like, nah, it can never be me, bro. You know, I need to get my hands dirty, bro. That's just me.
30, a little more freedom, you know, that not being trapped in that 9 to 5 type mentality.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because I was as I say, bro, the way I was raised, bro. I was raised around some real people, bro. I was raised around real people. I was raised around my mom, and my aunts would call you out when you was wrong, no matter what it was. They had no preference in terms of, if you could be the favorite child. If you wrong, you know. And that really helped me be able to, I could have conversation with drug dealers, I could have conversation with the Christians, I could have conversations with atheists, I could have conversation, and all the conversation would have the same core. You know, without changing who I am. I'd have to talk gangster. I'd have to pretend I'm a gangster for the gangster. You know? I could just be me still.
Still you at your core.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's adaptable.
Yeah. So, and it's just understanding your core. So, yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I always think about the barbers, like, and like barbers know like everything.
Yeah.
You know, like they like, because like you go there, like you share a story. So let's say like you have like, who knows? Let's just say you have 50 people that come to your shop like consistently, and like there's so many stories just in like and just with you alone, yet alone all the other like barbers that are there. And it's like a collection of like,
bro.
narratives.
Yeah, you looked, and you really get to understand life, bro. You know?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, bro. That's it with that's basically my whole, I mean, it's have so much other things that we could have dive into. You know? There's so much things that we could sit down and talk about, and we could lie and have different conversations. But yeah, bro.
Yeah, no bottles of alcohol, and then no smoking up in the background, though.
Yeah,
no
jumping
like that craziness.
No, that's not me. It's not me, bro. That's the thing, bro. It's not me.
But if you cook, I've been trying to have some Trini food outside of doubles.
Yeah,
you know, all I've had is doubles.
For real?
I've had doubles. I've never had pepper pot, and I've never had, what else is it?
Stew chicken.
I've had like stew chicken.
Yeah.
But yeah, like those are the things I haven't tried. You know?
I mean, we eat like we always hang out and do like I don't like a bunch of chilling food. So one time it's winter time now. So if you ask anybody, I retire in winter. I'm like Batman, bro. I'm a bear. I hibernate in winter time. If you see me outside, is because it's paying. It's paying. That's the only way. I'm not gonna come outside for fun.
I respect that.
I'm not hanging out. I'm not bro. I'm inside. It's
inside.
It's too cold.
It's inside season.
I'm an island boy. I miss the scent of the ocean every single day. Enough for me to smell snow. I'm not smelling snow. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it, son. You know, I'm not going. Yeah, I'm not doing it. You're not seeing me outside. But in summertime,
you're there. You're out.
A day.
Okay.
Everywhere, a day. We day.
Right.
In winter time, no. I will stay inside and watch Stranger Things or something. I mean,
So there's gonna be house calls. You're gonna stop going to the shop during the winter.
Yeah, I mean, I will do house calls because it's for the money. If they're paying the house call price, I'll do it. It's crazy in London that you the first creative in this field that ever asked me to collab.
Really?
Yeah, probably one or two before.
Damn.
Probably one or two before, bro.
Yeah, I think collaboration, community is everything.
Yeah, I know. I feel like people ever since I was young, bro. Like I feel like people think that I'm what's he looking for? unapproachable.
Why is that?
I don't know. That's what we think I look like rugged and and angry all the time. But most of the times, my angry face is me smiling, guys. That's how I smile. I think I'm smiling, and then they're like, "Oh, you were grilling me." It's like, "Oh, I was actually smiling." So yeah, bro. But yeah, it's good to have you on, bro. 'Cause I know we're out of time. I think it's like you're like 2 minutes again or something, but to be safe. But yeah, bro. It's good to have you on, and we could talk about other things at any point. Just let me know.
Of course, man.
I'm always say, as you see, the studio now, we have a bunch of stuff. I need to start back playing with these things. Toys. Yeah, but I had a little hiatus, if that's the word I'm looking for. But now I'm back.
He's back.
Yeah. So it's good to be back. But yeah, bro. I think we out of time now. Yeah. So good to have you on.
Yeah, man.
Well, good. I'm happy to be on your show.
Yeah, hey, I'm happy to be here. This is like a cool collab.
He doing the editing. So
I'm doing the
so he can take the credit.
You're gonna catch me doing some night sessions on this one.
Yeah, well, I just reposting clips. See, doing the editing.
Fair,
all right, bro.
All right.